But this stuff.
I couldn't think of anything else random to put there.
I was like my eyes were closed. So I was like, okay, it's not supposed to start already. And I like fuck, is there a ghost inside my house? I was
Yeah.
like,
Hey guys, what's up? You're welcome back to this podcast. I'm your host Ni Abdullah, and I'm joined by as usual by my co-hosts.
Tony Koya. So this
And
episode, eh?
go.
What you said, and
No, go. I will say it after.
and this episode we decided, hey God, now I don't know how to start. This episode we decided to like look back and talk about top anime that we've seen that totally deserve a second season. We don't know
Or a
whether
third
it's a
season
studio
or a
that
fourth
is
season.
like another season, yeah. Because you don't know what is happening. Is this studio that is holding back, or the author that is not creating more like chapters in the manga or whatever?
Yeah.
So for whatever reason there may be.
Okay. So what I wanted to say is I got the intro right again this week.
Like, no, yeah, he told me that you are starting at this point. I was like, I was waiting. Yeah, you say something now. I was like, it's time slow again.
Okay.
Okay.
So we'll be trading back and forth. I'll call one, he calls one.
Okay. I just hope that the one I call is not the one that you are going to call.
Well, we'll see how that pans out.
Stuff. You have similar stuff. Okay. Number one.
We'll see how that.
Number one, like this one, really like the first ones I've like the first anime that I've watched. Like when I actually got into anime, this was the first one I watched. Like first, the first number one, Dead Man Wonderland. I know that one is for everybody. Like when you call, like people think of like anime that totally deserve a second season, Dead Man Wonderland comes to their mind. I think how many episodes did they do that time? I think was it 12? Then one OVA.
Was it 12 or 20? I can't remember exactly how many episodes it had.
Because it was really short.
Yeah. Nah, see, surprisingly, that's on my list. Or let me not say unsurprisingly, that's also on my list.
Because everybody, any anime fan, I don't know about recent anime fans though, but like people that started down like the 2010s,
yeah,
Dead Man Wonderland is definitely on their list.
Yeah, that anime, like, I was reading the wiki at one point in time, and I just saw, apart from the wiki, I also like sneaked a peek into the manga a bit, and like, oh wait, does it have a manga? Does it not be that I'm just lying here?
No, actually has the manga. I heard that the manga they've gone far. No, like there's still like material that the anime has not posted.
Okay, I was just hoping that it's not a fan art. I thought that was confusing as manga. Anyway, like what I've seen is like, damn, there's so much left out. And I won't lie, this anime is not for everyone. Let's not deceive ourselves.
Why do you say that?
Like, firstly, there are a few things that I didn't like at first that would have made me drop it. Thank God they didn't. Firstly, I hate wimpy main characters. Like Tokyo season 1 Kaneki. Like these characters are always crying all over every time, and bloody annoying. But
that is it.
But I saw the way that this guy grew and it grew on it. Like, I'm starting to stutter. Like the anime grew on me. Another thing I saw that some people wouldn't like anyway. You know that Deadman Wonderland is a bit dark.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't say as dark as something like Death Note, for example. But it's dark.
No, Death Note, the themes that Death Note touched. No, Death Note is more on the, like, what I call it, psychological, like, thriller side.
Yeah.
And this one, like, where it's first is a picture, you first think, oh, is this shonen? But it's actually more on the, I think it's, I don't think it's shonen. This one is more on the, hey, God, is that word? Shenien, I can't pronounce that word.
Yeah.
More on the Shenien side. Like, if I would, like, call an anime that is, like, similar to it, I would call it, like, anime like Tokyo Ghoul, Parasite, all those anime.
Another thing I didn't really like at first anyway, you know how these types of anime, these ones you call Tokyo Ghoul and Parasite and even Deadman Wonderland, they have a very dreary art style.
Like,
like the colors are very dark, very dim.
Yeah, at times, I know at times the studio, or maybe like where we watch it from, at times they censor it, so they now add that this. You just only see one dark side in your screen. Like, what is happening here? You just see the characters.
Fortunately, I didn't watch the censored version. Anyway, my own first.
Your first. I think most of the time it's always like that, but you say your own.
Okay, my own first anime that deserves a second season. Anyone that talks anime with me extensively knows this. High School of the Dead. No, if I was just doing it, if I was just saying it for the ecchi part of it, I would not call it confident with you. I genuinely enjoyed the story of that anime, and I wish they had continued with it. This one I know for a fact why it hasn't been continued, but it's also a bit confusing. You know that the mangaka of High School of the Dead, he tragically passed away. So I'm guessing that's why they stopped. But then again, before he passed away, there's still a lot of content that they could adapt. And we are not new to anime original ending. So, and if you don't want to do an anime original ending, do it till where the manga ended. Let our imaginations run wild as to how it ends.
I get your point.
Nah, but if you haven't watched, you watched it now.
I've seen it.
Look, it has a lot of scenes that will give it a bad rep if you are just looking at pictures or compilations or stuff like that. A lot of ecchi scenes that will give it a bad rep. But if you ask me to rank ecchi anime, I would rank this miles above something like DxD. One of the only anime I can see compete with High School of the Dead at the top of my list would be Prison School.
Yeah. Prison School. Me, like the anime, like why I like it was like mainly everything started. We just put they're in a school, zombie, let's say apocalypse. Zombie pandemic or zombie apocalypse happened. So I just trust it. It's not as if like, how will I explain it now? It's not the anime has this fast pace, but it's like the fast pace actually helped it in a way.
Yeah.
And
And it's not your typical zombie apocalypse setting where the people are already like grown up, and then maybe you have one high school student or the other in the mix.
this one,
This one
this.
This one was focused on the high school students with a few grown ups in the mix.
And then all the characters, or let's say all, or like most of the characters, they are like, at least, I like the thing about anime, when they want to like explain or like give you like a let's say the background of the character, they will give you in the short time, like they will give you in a short time, or they allow you to like, okay, this is it, or the skeleton, so you can like piece it everything together by yourself.
Yeah.
I don't know whether I get this thing. I don't usually
like
see that.
They'll be giving you little bits of the backstory, enough to fill you in on why this person is the way they are, but still leaving some important bits out to reveal later on.
Yeah, because I usually notice the stuff about anime. I don't know how like let's say anime studios or anime writers or this is how they figured that stuff out. Like, it just give you that. I don't usually see it in like most TV series, other TV series that I've seen, like outside animation.
Japan.
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
So that really helped it too. For something, how many episodes was it? Was it like, is it 16 or 20?
It wasn't even up to 20. I think it was 12. 12 with one OVA.
Yeah, with this is so.
And the way it ended, it had like a lot of places they could go. They found an island. I think that was the OVA, right?
Yeah.
Like, they found an island where they thought that
the OVA was when they entered the island or something. Like, they were on the island already.
Yeah. Like, they found an island where they think that, okay, they are safe and everything, only to find out that, there's a tunnel from the mainland leading to the island, and zombies are able to still get onto the island and stuff. So like, and from what I saw in the manga, there are a lot of characters that were later introduced that made, like, there was a character that was introduced that made this guy, that like furthered this guy's depth. His, how will I put it? This character aided in his character development.
Okay.
What's his name? Kota, I think, the big boned one.
It has been since I've seen the anime, so I can't really remember their names.
Yeah.
I think what will I see? I think it was 2016 or 2017 I watched it.
Okay. That you didn't even hear that. That was, anyway. Let me not say it here. And what's your next anime?
My next anime. This one now is like, okay. Let me just say it. Hunter. Wait, yeah, like,
no, I'm like, I don't have anything to say about this. I've not watched Hunter. I tried to watch it.
You not Hunter.
I know enough about it, but like at the time when I tried to watch it, that was even I was already ineffective at the time. I remember one day I bought the CD on the way home. I put it in the CD, my DVD player, and look, I have this problem. I had the problem anyway, that if an anime doesn't capture me within the first episode or so, I'm most likely just going to abandon it. So I didn't watch it, and I never really got around to.
Okay, I get maybe like the first episode. It was giving up this. Everything is bliss. Everything has ways. They say we are going for a hunter exam. It's something hard. It's not hard
Yeah,
something.
no, see, and that was technically around the time I started watching anime. Like, that was like 2 or 3 years after I started. I was still stuck in that like shonen phase where I'm just looking for action-packed anime. And then when I saw Hunter x Hunter, when I saw the first episode, Hunter x Hunter is shonen, but like it's not. Hunter x Hunter is shonen, but it's not as, or from what I've heard anyway, it's not as fast-paced as something like Naruto or the rest. Like it has a more.
It's similar in a way.
Like it has a more relaxed pacing.
It's more.
Slow.
It's relaxed.
Not slow,
Naruto
but relaxed.
Fast pacing somehow, but until they said Naruto has a somehow fast pacing. Like the first few this until they started doing the stuff with fillers.
Yeah. No, Naruto, I think the time that Naruto's pacing slowed down was, I think, after Sasuke left the village.
After Sasuke left the village, all the episodes after was filler. That's why
why I say that is where it slowed down is because Sasuke's leaving the village is a major part of Naruto's character development. So when I first watched Hunter x Hunter, I was like, as I said, it was at a time when I was still in my shonen action phase and stuff like that. So like, I put the first episode, I watched a few minutes, and I just got bored and I dropped it, and I never really picked it up afterwards. But I've seen a lot of stuff about it, so I know that it's a good anime.
And like, I've noticed like some similarities. I think this guy, the author of
we've derailed.
No, like we're just comparing like the pacing of what's the name?
Nah, let's leave that for another video. Sorry, I said video. For another episode. Just the reason you believe it should get a second season.
Like, okay. The last episode, like the last season, like what they teased, like what we saw in the what am I saying? Let me get myself. What we saw at the last episode, or like the last few episodes, we found out that the world, like everything, was actually small. Like there was something, like there was, guys, you have to watch it. You need to watch it.
I think I get what you're trying to say. That there's a bigger story to be told.
It's not like there's like an actual unexplored world, like that they've not been to.
Okay.
Like I don't know.
Like there's more
unexplored,
different like for world building and stuff.
And like,
I get what you're saying.
I think what they are going to do, I think with what happened at, I don't want to spoil it for anyone that wants to enter, that wants to start watching Hunter x Hunter. So let me just. But the anime is really good. The fight scenes, guy, like I feel like some things, like this guy, Misashi Kishimoto, got some inspiration from Hunter x Hunter. You know, Hunter x Hunter came before Naruto.
It did?
Like the manga, it came before Naruto. Have you heard of Yu Yu Hakusho?
Yeah, I've watched
it. It's the same author that made Yu Yu Hakusho, that made Hunter x Hunter.
Hunter. Yeah.
The okay, let me not spoil. Let's continue. So, what's your next anime?
Okay. You are going to have to forgive me. I'll have to squeeze 2 in 1. You are going to have to forgive me. I have to squeeze 2 in 1, and that's because 1, I just want to call it as an honorable mention. Is that okay with you?
What was that? Yeah.
Okay. The honorable mention is Burn the Witch. Why I call it an honorable mention is because it technically wasn't a series. It was just like a movie split into parts.
Yeah.
I feel like the same way they did Bleach, they could like expand on the world and stuff like that. So I believe that they should turn it into a series rather than just leaving it where it is. Then my actual listing is Akame ga Kill. Have you Akame ga Kill?
I've seen it.
Okay, now this is a bit.
Wait, like, do you mean that they should do another season, or like they should like do the actual like manga ending?
That was what I was just about to say. It's a bit twisted. What I feel they should do is reboot it. Either reboot it or just fix up that ending. Right? Follow the manga more closely and continue from there.
So it would be like Akame ga Kill Brotherhood.
Anyhow you want to put it. Like when I first watched it, I was like a bit confused. The name of the anime is Akame ga Kill.
Yeah.
But then it seemed like the thing is focusing more on Tatsumi. So like when it got to the end and Tatsumi died, I was like, what?
Tatsumi is not the main character.
No, look, I knew that Tatsumi was not the main character. The name of the anime I'm giving. But like, it's still surprising. I was expecting Tatsumi and Akame to be the only ones that survived. Which apparently is, in a way, how it happened in the manga. In a way. I'm not going to explain further than that. I'm not going to spoil it any further than that. So, like, I was like, okay. I was still expecting like a season 2 because they could still carry it on. Akame is still alive. But when it didn't come, I was like, tough, no problem. But then I started to hear stuff about the original ending, so much more material of the manga. And I went and did a bit of research and I saw that, damn, they screwed up.
They screwed up now?
No, like the ending. Like, look, the ending, when I saw how the thing was supposed to end, I was like, damn, no, they should not have gone with an anime original ending. They should have just stuck with the manga ending. And that manga ending, the problem that they have now is that because they created an original ending, right? They can't continue with the manga. If they want to continue from that anime original ending, the next few seasons will have to be anime original. And you know that definitely, think about it. Would you want to give them permission to just create a completely alternate listen to your work? Meaning that it's something that you put time and effort into. So that's it.
You know, that similar stuff happened with Fullmetal Alchemist. Have you seen Fullmetal Alchemist?
Yeah.
No, there's Fullmetal Alchemist and Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Fullmetal Alchemist, like, at a point, they deviated from the manga because of the manga was slow or something. So like they had the anime original ending. So
Yeah.
later on, like I think things happened, so like rebooted it somehow.
Yeah. I guess.
Cause that Fullmetal
So I
Alchemist, but
feel
that
like
was
that's what they should do. I feel like that's what they should do with
Akame.
Akame. Reboot, and then you can continue from there. Anyway, what's your own next?
Yeah, this one is an isekai. What's his name? No Game, No Life. You seen it?
Yeah.
Chat. Okay. But no,
The
but
anime was.
you know the funniest. When I heard, I was watching it. When I heard that, and it was really good. When I heard that there is no season 2, I paused it. I said I'm not watching it again. I don't want to be invested in something that's not finished. Because that time, the thing was the year after, I watched like 2 back-to-back anime that I liked that they not finish it. They did not give us season 2. And okay, I don't want to start something that I know that I will not see the end of it. So that I just paused. So I don't really know anything about this. All I know is that the anime is actually a really decent isekai.
Yeah.
That's
It looks like we're stuck with this one because neither of us can actually say much about it.
You've not
Because I'm in the same boat as you.
because of that, this I know what is like. No, I cannot. And at times it gets to a point like where people ask, like friends ask me that, okay, which isekai do you want to recommend, or we recommend, or can I recommend No Game No Life to someone? I'm like, say if you recommend it, say you tell her that does not have season 2.
Yeah, you
So
have to.
okay,
What?
what is your own other?
Like
Your own,
I have some of them on the list here that are, but there are like 3. So there are a lot of them on the list, I believe. Let me start with Bites.
I've not seen that one.
Okay.
What is it about?
What?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Hello? Okay. The gist of the anime. You know this game, Bloody Roar?
No.
Of the anime is that there are these people who can transform into like anthropomorphic animals, right?
Like werewolves. So like where and where
yeah, like that.
let's see who. Yeah.
So like they are now in this like huge, you know, this usual stuff, Street Fighter type stuff. They are fighting one another, you know, for this entertainment of some rich snobs. So this guy that has absolutely no power was dragged into it because for them to fight, they need like a sponsor more or less. Somebody that is willing to bet on them. So like he was dragged in with I've forgotten her actual name, but I think her name, like fighting name is Beast Rattle. Rattle is I think a honey badger. You know how honey badgers are bloody fearless.
I know how you fight with lion.
So he got dragged into it. He now has to like follow her around and put his life on the line if she loses. Because some people will say, okay, if your competitor loses, you die. Some will say if your competitor loses, you lose a lot of money. It's betting more or less.
Okay.
So the way it ended, I'm going to have to spoil it here because there's no way I can explain what I'm about to say next without spoiling it. The way it ended, after they more or less won, right? Rattle had to kill him because she is working for some other people. Like
she's
he
like
already
a
knew. What?
she's like a double agent, or
Not really a double agent. He already knew that she was working for other people. It was clear from the very beginning that he's just more or less there as collateral. They are using him.
yeah.
But they formed a friendship over time. So she had to kill him. But in like an end, I don't know if it's something of like an end credit scene. A few years later, when this sport has become a lot bigger, you know, they now have Colosseum. You know, before it was like an underground thing.
Yeah.
Now it's a larger thing. Like they now showed that, okay, a teaser that this guy didn't die. You know, he has gone and gotten jacked and stuff. You know, before he was like this, your stereotypical nerd. Like he wasn't a nerd, but he has this nerdy look. So like they've shown that this guy has gone and gotten jacked. He has gotten more like, he has become wiser. He has become a tougher person, character-wise. Okay.
So he liked the girl.
Yeah.
Okay. Now be in trouble.
Like they just showed that. They just showed that he's not dead, and then they just ended it there. And the manga, there is actually a lot of other stuff in the manga.
So it's like a cliffhanger, like just let you guys angry.
No, like the way they showed it is like, okay, he's not angry.
Okay, like he has moved on.
Not really like moving. You know, this type of calm anger.
Oh.
Like I'm not going to kill you. I'm just here to do shit that will make you feel fucking stupid. or to destroy you without killing you.
Wait, like sorry, wait. Which studio animated?
I can't remember. It's been a while since I watched it. I should even go back and watch it again.
Cause like when you mentioned like people transforming into this thing. When I first mentioned like, wait, is it brand new animals we're talking about? Have you seen brand new animals?
I've seen BNA. It's not BNA.
Oh, like
and it's not the same studio.
Like, oh, when you now like you're not talking about all these matches, or like, oh, it's not they're not really fighting. I don't think they're fighting all this stuff in doing all this stuff in brand new animals. So listen,
not really.
What's the name? Killing Bites.
Yeah. And honestly, I believe that they did the worst thing possible with that.
Left you guys angry.
Yes.
Imagine someone to like someone have access to internet, just like but got that anime, just gave you what it feels like. Oh, okay, now up to season 2. Like wait, season 2. I better not get emotionally invested in this stuff. All these studios, they know what they are doing.
Anyway, what's your next? Let's just do one more each.
Wait, I don't know which one I should pick between these two. Fuck. Which one will I pick? I have 3, but I want to pick. Okay, let's just pick the one that this is. Carbonari of the Iron Fortress.
That's a good one.
at first when I started watching it, I was like thinking, this thing it looks like Attack on Titan clone because of the setting and everything.
Yeah,
Like post-apocalyptic. This is their worlds. The only difference is that people are still like moving in and out of the world or something. Like
yeah,
the vibe was giving me like season one and season two vibe of Attack on Titan
Attack on
before
Titan.
Attack on Titan blew up and started turning into time travel, all this stuff.
Yeah. Wait, which one even came first? I think Cabaneri came first, right?
No, I think it's Attack on Titan that came first, but it's the same
Okay.
studio that animated the both of them, Studio Wit.
Okay, yeah, I remember now. That is why they look so similar in the art style and
Yeah.
stuff.
What I
Oh,
was saying, the anime
go
too
on.
is giving me the vibe of Attack on Titan. You know, this one now they are focusing on the guy, but the name is Cabaneri, and Cabaneri is this, but Cabaneri is sort of like, I don't want to call it a secondary or like, let's say, supporting character to what's the name of the I've forgotten the name of the guy. Sure. Maybe you can remember the guy.
Yeah, I remember.
It will give me the vibe of that. What is the name? Akame got
Like,
killed.
okay.
With Tatsumi being the main this way. And Akame is like, okay, the name is Akame, but Akame is like, okay, let me just hide from I'm Kamasha, I don't want to be the main character.
Yeah. Wait, was the girl's name Cabaneri or was Cabaneri the name of the creatures?
Wait, oh. No, I think it's the hey God. Oh, I don't fumble and say rubbish like this. I think her name is Cabaneri. Wait, you're confusing me. Jeez. Is anybody you see? I'm a bit sleepy. Everybody, I'm a bit sleepy. But no, it has to be. I think it has to be Cabaneri.
Okay. Anyway, let me call my last one and then we just call it. Last one. Like, I'm in the same dilemma as there are a lot here that I want to call. And some of them are fairly new, so they could receive new seasons. But I'll just call 100.
100. Eh?
Yeah.
I've not seen that too.
Okay. It's something like, but I want to okay, yeah, it is post-apocalyptic. It's more or less aliens have taken over the world. So like these people now live on like battleship islands. So people like they've now created this a way to fight the aliens. So the main character was infected with the alien's blood. So that makes him like different from the rest. Although it's not like he rarely ever uses that particular ability. That ability is like a berserker ability where he's about to die or something.
Okay.
So like they live on these islands now and they have to sometimes go out and hunt down aliens, fight them, etc. etc. Like
The way you're describing it is like Cabaneri summer. Look, Cabaneri to the main character, the guy, he got like infected with the
yeah, but this one is not as serious as Cabaneri. It's still a somewhat serious anime, but it's not as like dark.
No, it's
So
not
it's one of
as
these types of
Cabaneri.
anime that they mix it up. They mix it with a lot of comedy and stuff. It's also partly harem, partly 80s.
100 I check it out.
I would say if I was to compare it with any anime, I would compare it closer to Infinite Stratos.
Oh, Infinite Stratos.
In like the general feel. It has seriousness, but it also has a bit of playing around. think it might be the same studio. I'm not sure. I wasn't really interested in studios and stuff at the time that I watched this, so I would go and check. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So that is it. The only other one I wanted to call was have you watched Darwin's Game?
I've heard of it.
Watch it. Honest, that thing is dope. But anyway, this is where we'll call it today. Oh, you like?
Okay.
What? Honestly, need to sleep that morning. Yeah. But I guess we'll call it a day here. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Weebs on the Pod. If you did, please be sure to subscribe to this podcast. And if you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like the video, and comment what anime you feel should get a second season. Yeah. Oh yeah, and also follow myself and Tony on our social but oh good, I've messed it up. On our social media profiles or whatever. Also follow the Weebs on the Pod social handles. That is the word I was looking for, handle. Yeah. Follow me and Tony on our social handles. Follow Weebs on the Pod handles. Yeah. Peace out.